And so, how can someone differentiate between normal stress and the start of this hormonal transition? Because everything just comes up. But for me personally, I found out that about a couple of years ago now, around my period, I become more, which wasn't like that before. I become more agitated. I become irritable. There was even a um, funny incident that happened. I was in the kitchen, and my son came close to me and said, "Mom, are you on your period?" And I asked why. He said he heard that it's when women are on their period that sometimes their mood changes. That was the first time I noticed that I was having mood changes around my period. And it was around that time my period started becoming irregular. So how can one really differentiate between normal stress and the start of this transition?
That can be difficult because sometimes both things can be going on at the same time. There might be, normal stress. A lot of women, when they're in perimenopause, they're in a phase of life when they might be taking care of their aging parents, but also still parenting their children. And, they're often at the peak of their careers. There can be so many causes of stress at that time. One thing that can be a clue is sort of as you described, where you maybe notice a change depending on the phase of your menstrual cycle that you're in. And many women who never really had any problems with premenstrual symptoms, suddenly they notice that leading up to their periods or during their periods, they are a little bit more moody or irritable or anxious. So if you're noticing a cyclical pattern like that, that can be a clue that maybe it's related to perimenopause, but there's no perfect way to know. There's no blood test that'll tell us that it's because of perimenopause and not because of stress, but that what's going on with your cycle can be a clue.